Good afternoon, everyone. Let us start. Remember, we have been learning Chapter 6, Manufacturing Industries. Last time we discussed about these cotton textiles, and today we shall start with jute textiles. Now let me present my screen. So jute textiles, so it is a type of agro-based industries we have learned earlier. And in chapter 4 agriculture, we also have discussed about cultivation of jutes in India. Still, let us see some of the photographs of jute cultivation. See, this is a photograph showing cultivation of jute. Then this is another photograph of jute harvesting. Then, so this is processing of jute in the jute industry in West Bengal. Then one more photograph. This is a jute mill, okay, in India. This is a jute mill, jute industry in India. Now let us read. So India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods, and stands second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. So let me repeat, India is the largest producer of raw jute and jute goods and stands at second place as an exporter after Bangladesh. That means as an exporter, Bangladesh is the number one, then India stands second. And we know that most of the jute mills are located in West Bengal, mainly along the banks of Hooghly River in a narrow belt. So let us see one map, okay. See, so this is a map showing Ganga River. So this is the Ganga River, and here we have Farakka barrage, and from the Farakka barrage, okay, so here we have got a distributary. And this distributary is known as the Hooghly River. You must know that Hooghly River is a distributary of Ganga River. Okay, water is diverted from the Ganga River, and along this jutes are grown. Okay, see here. See here, from here we have Kolkata, and this is the Hooghly River, and along this Hooghly River jute is grown. Okay, so jute industry, that is why jute industries are concentrated along this Hooghly River basin. Okay, along this river, jute industries are concentrated. So before we start the reasons for concentration of jute industry in India, here we have got a very important information. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 at Risra. Okay, so this is a very important information. The first jute mill was set up near Kolkata in 1855 at Risra. And about this concentration of jute mills in Kolkata, this along the Hooghly River. Okay, so here we have the answer. Factors responsible for their location in the Hooghly Basin are, that means the reasons for the location of the jute mills along the Hooghly River are given here. Okay, proximity to of the jute producing areas, that means nearness to the jute growing areas. Okay, nearness to the jute growing areas, that means West Bengal is a jute grower. Then just along the Ganga River also jute is grown. Then along the Brahmaputra also this jute is grown. That means this along this Hooghly River, okay, jute mills are concentrated because nearby it jute plants are grown. Then inexpensive water transport. Okay, Hooghly River, Ganga River provide very cheap water transportation. Then supported by good network of railways. So this area is well connected with the railways for transportation, then waterways and roadways to facilitate the movement of raw material to the mills. Okay, the transportation of raw material to the mills are done by railways, roadways and waterways. Then abundant water for the processing of raw jute. You must know that processing of raw jute requires enough water, and that is water is also available there. Okay, so we have one photograph of processing of jute. See here from the jute plants. Okay, this the fiber is taking out, it is peeling off, and it uses water. I think you may be seeing here. That means processing of raw jute requires abundant water, and that is also obtained, okay, along this Hooghly River. Then ship labor from West Bengal and adjoining states of Bihar, Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. Okay, ship labor is also available from this state itself, then from the neighboring states of Bihar, Orissa and Uttar Pradesh. And moreover, Kolkata is a large urban center providing banking, insurance and port facilities to export these jute goods. So these are the reasons for the concentration of jute mills along the Hooghly River. Okay, so any question from your side, boys and girls? Do you have any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, then let us proceed. Next, we have challenges faced by the industry. That means problems faced by the jute mills in India. Okay, what are the challenges? What are the problems faced by the jute mills in India? So those problems include, okay, stiff competition in the international market from synthetic substitutes and from other competitors like Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt and Thailand. So we have two main challenges faced by the jute mills in India. So number one, stiff competition in the international market from the synthetic substitute. That means plastics. There was a time when people preferred to use plastic bags. Okay, so there was a time that there was stiff competition from the synthetic substitute in the market. And the other one is there is again competition from the neighboring states like Bangladesh, Brazil, Philippines, Egypt and Thailand in the exportation. Okay, in the export of these jute products in the international market. And however, this internal demand, okay, demand inside India has been on the increase due to the government policy of mandatory use of jute packaging. And nowadays the demand for jute and jute products has been increased because of government policy of mandatory, okay, compulsory use of jute packaging, compulsory use of these jute bags. So the main markets are, that means the main buyers of jute and jute products are USA, then Canada, Ghana, Saudi Arabia, UK, and Australia. So these are the main importers or the buyers of jute and jute products from India. And see, growing global concern for environmental friendly biodegradable materials has once again opened the opportunity for jute products. That means see, nowadays we have this environmental concern about this pollution, okay, about environmental friendly products, and about the use of biodegradable materials. And because of this concern, okay, the importance of these jute products has opened once again. So this is about jute textiles. So regarding jute mills, regarding jute textiles, do you have questions? Any question regarding jute mills?
No, sir.
Okay, then let us proceed. Next we have sugar industry. Okay, before we read, again let us see some photographs. So this is a photograph showing sugar mills in UP. See, nearby the sugar mill, sugar canes are growing, okay. This you must note it. Then inside the sugar mill, okay, this is a scene inside the sugar mill. Here crystallization is done. So let us read. India stands second as a world producer of sugar. Okay, India stands second as a world producer of sugar, but occupies first place in the production of gur and kansari. In the production of sugar, India stands second, but in the production of gur and kansari, India stands first. Okay, so gur, I think I have also shown you earlier. Gur, actually this is a gur, a lump of this sugar, okay, brown in color. This is what we call gur or jaggery. And kansari, you know, kansari, actually this is a type of partially refined or unrefined sugar with a strong molasses content and flavor. Actually kansari, this one is chemical free, and no bleaching or no refining agents are used, and hence here this one is healthy. See here, this is a photograph showing kansari, okay, kansari sugar. This is kansari sugar, unrefined one, and it is said that this one is healthy. And so let us read. The raw material used in this industry, used in the sugar industry, is bulky, and in how less its sucrose content reduces.
Clear.
Yes, any question? The raw material, that is sugar cane, used in the sugar. Yes.
It is pure, but
the raw material used in the sugar mill is bulky and heavy, okay. Okay, maybe due to this poor connectivity, I will try to speak slowly, okay. The raw material used in the sugar mill is bulky, okay, and heavy, and in haulage, that means in transportation, its sugar content is reduced. That means we cannot transport sugar cane for long distances. If we transport it, then the sugar content will be reduced. So these mills are located in Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, Punjab, Haryana, and Madhya Pradesh. So in these states we find these sugar mills. Sugar mills are located in these states. And you must know that since the sugar cane is bulky, and if we transport it for long distances, the sugar content is reduced, and that is why most of the sugar mills are located nearby the sugarcane growing areas. Okay, 60% of sugar mills are located in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, and this industry is seasonal in nature, so it is ideally suited to the cooperative sector. So these sugar mills are seasonal in nature. That means we do not get sugarcane throughout the year, and that is why this type of industry is ideally suited in the cooperative sector. Do you know what do you mean by cooperative sector industry? Anybody who knows what is cooperative sector industry? So cooperative sector or cooperative industries are those industries, okay, in which the producers of raw materials are, okay, running the industry. And if we run a sugar mill by the sugarcane farmers, then it will be beneficial. Okay, there may not be loss. But if you run an industry, that means sugar mill by yourself, and so when there is no raw material, that is sugarcane, then the factory has to be closed. Okay, and you have to pay for these workers also, and that is why it is said that sugar mills are ideally suited to be in the cooperative sector. So in recent years, there is a tendency for the mills to sheep and concentrate in the southern and the western states, especially in Maharashtra. That means one question can be asked from here, from this sentence, one question can be asked. Okay, that means why is there a tendency for the sugar mills to sheep and concentrate in the southern and western states, especially in Maharashtra? So sugar mills are shifting. Okay, most of these sugar mills are shifting in the southern states to India. Why? Especially in Maharashtra, the number of sugar mills has been increasing. So what are the reasons for this? This is because the cane produced here, the sugar cane produced here, has a higher sucrose content. So number one reason is that the sugar cane produced in the southern states like Maharashtra and Gujarat has a higher sugar content. Another reason is that the cooler climate also ensures a longer crushing season. So Maharashtra, then Gujarat, these are coastal states and they have cooler climate, and because of this, they have a longer crushing season. And the third important point is that these cooperative movements are more successful in the southern states. Okay, that means people in the south are more cooperative. They are well cooperated, and hence this type of cooperative sector industries are more successful in the southern states. And in the last paragraph, we have the major challenges, okay, the major problems faced by the sugar mills in India. So those problems are the seasonal nature of this industry. Number one is that sugar mills are seasonal nature. That means we do not get the raw material, that is sugarcane, throughout the year. Then when there is no raw material, then the factory has to be closed. Then all in the inefficient methods of production. Okay, all in the inefficient. Then methods of production. Then transport delay. Transportation network is not good. Okay, in the reaching the can to the factories, and because of that the sugar content is reduced, and the need to maximize the use of bagasse. That means sugarcane bagasse are not properly recycled, are not properly utilized. So it creates a problem to us. Do you know what is sugarcane bagasse? I think you may be knowing. Actually, this is the dry, pulpy, fibrous residue that remains after the sugarcane stalks are crushed to extract the juice. Okay, see here, let me show you one photograph, okay, of this sugarcane bagasse. See, so this is a photograph showing sugarcane bagasse. Actually, it can be used as a biofuel, okay, for the production of heat, energy, and for the production of electricity. And it is also used in the manufacturing of pulp, which is used in the making of paper. Okay, so it can be recycled, it can be used, and this recycling process is not there in case of India. So heaps of sugarcane bagasse, okay, are found nearby the sugar mill, so it creates a problem. It creates a health hazard, causing pollution. So any question from your side, boys and girls? Okay, let us continue. If you don't have, then we have another type of industry, that is mineral-based industries. And so these are the industries that use minerals and metals as raw materials. Okay, so mineral-based industries are those industries which use minerals and metals as the raw materials. And the most important mineral-based industry is iron and steel industry. I think you are familiar with the iron and steel industry also. See, this is a scene I have also shown you earlier of iron and steel industry, inside an iron and steel industry. So let us read. So iron and steel industry is the basic industry. Okay, since all other industries, heavy, medium, and light, depend on it for their machinery. Iron and steel industry is also is known as basic industry because all the other industries, maybe heavy industry, medium industry, light industry, depend on the iron and steel industry for their machinery. That means machines of other industries are made of iron and steel, and steel is needed to manufacture a variety of engineering goods, construction material, defense, medical, telephonic, scientific equipment, and a variety of consumer goods. So these are the users of steel. Okay, it is used in making these machine tools, construction work, okay, defense material, medical tools, implements, and instruments. Okay, and see here, production and consumption of steel is often regarded as the index of a country's development. Okay, production and consumption of steel is often regarded as an index of a country's development. The higher the level of production and consumption of steel, the higher the level of development. Okay, or vice versa. Iron and steel is a heavy industry. Okay, iron and steel industry is known as a heavy industry because all the raw materials as well as the finished goods are heavy and bulky. entailing heavy transportation costs. Okay, iron steel industry is also known as heavy industry because the raw material used and the finished goods are heavy and bulky, and hence transportation cost is also high. Iron ore and coking coal, that is metallurgical coal, and limestone are required in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. Sometimes it is asked in the examination, okay, in the objective type questions. The ratio is asked. Iron, then coking coal, that is the metallurgical coal, and the limestone are required in the ratio of approximately 4:2:1. And some quantities of manganese are also required to harden the steel. And after all, we need an efficient transport network, okay, for the transportation of raw material from the mining site to the industry, and for the transportation of finished goods from the industry to the market. And about production, see, in 2018, with 106.5 million tons of crude steel production, okay, India ranks second among the world crude steel producer. In 2018, India produced 106.5 million tons of crude steel, okay, and ranks second among the world in this crude steel production. So crude steel, you know, I will show you one photograph, okay. Crude steel, actually this is a photograph showing crude steel. From it, different other materials, machinery and tools implement will be matte, okay. It is also known as soluble steel. So this is the example of crude steel. Then India is the largest producer of sponge iron, okay. So in the production of sponge iron, India is the largest producer. So sponge iron, so this is a photograph showing sponge iron, okay. This one again will be smelted, and different other products, different other materials will be made. So this is a photograph showing this sponge iron. And in 2018, per capita consumption of steel in the country was only 70.9 kg per annum, against the world average of 224.5 kg. Per capita consumption of steel in India is very low. So one man is using only 70.9 kg of iron in a year, but for the world, okay, a person uses 224.5 kg of iron. And this table shows production of finished steel in India, okay, you may read it. And next we have this one. What is a mini steel plant? A mini steel plant, okay, mini steel plants are smaller, have electric furnaces, and use steel scrap and sponge iron, and they have re-rollers. They use steel ingots as well, and they produce mild and alloy steel of given specification. So mini steel plant uses steel scrap, okay. Was the one, okay. This is a photograph showing steel scrap, okay. So from the sheet of steel, different materials are made, and so these are the scraps remain, and this will be used by the mini steel plants, okay. And they also use steel ingot. Actually, steel ingots are these brick shape steels, okay. See, this is a photograph showing a steel ingot. These are used, okay. And we have one more photograph showing steel ingot, okay. So this is another photograph showing steel ingot. These are used in the mini steel plants. And here these flow chart shows process of manufacturing steel. Okay, see here, first of all the raw material is transported. Okay, the raw material is transported to the plant, then in the blast furnace. Okay, in the blast furnace iron ore is melted, limestone is fluxing, the material which is added, and the slag, the impurities are removed, coke is burned, that is the metallurgical coal is burned to hit the ore. So we have some photographs of this blast furnace. Okay, so this is a photograph showing blast furnace, and here smelting is done. And we have one more photograph of this blast furnace showing smelting of iron ore, and this is another photograph, okay, of blast furnace showing smelting of iron ore. Then after that we get the pig iron. Okay, the molten materials are poured into molds called pigs. Okay, what you call pig iron. So here so this is the photograph showing pig iron. Okay, then after that then still is matte. See here, the next step is pig iron is further purified by melting and oxidizing the impurities, then manganese, nickel or chromium added. We can mix either manganese or nickel or chromium. Okay, all these ferroalloys can be added and give different types of steel. And last of all, sapping of metal. Okay, sapping of the metal is done, that is rolling, pressing, casting, forging, all these are done. So in this way steel is manufactured. Okay, so this is about the molding of the this pig iron. Okay, and this is a scene outside the blast furnace, okay, of the Tata Iron Steel Company. Blast furnace of Tata and Tata Steel, okay, Iron Steel Company, a scene from outside. And so this is the map showing distribution of iron steel plants in India. Okay, see here, see the location of the steel plants here. And see here, another important point is here, an integrated steel plant is a large, okay, handle everything in one complex, from putting together raw material to steel making, then rolling and sapping. So an integrated steel plant is a large industry in which everything is done, from the processing of raw materials up to the making of these making and sapping of different steels. Okay, making, rolling, sapping, everything is done in integrated the steel plant. And in case of India, see, most of the public sector undertakings market they are still through Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. So in case of India, okay, the marketing of steel is done by the Steel Authority of India Limited, SAIL. And about production, in the year 1950, China and India produce almost the same quantity of steel. But today, China is the largest producer of steel in the world, and China is also the largest consumer of steel in the world. And so here the last part is coming. So this paragraph tells why Chotanagpur Plateau region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industry. Okay, why is the Chotanagpur region has the maximum concentration of iron and steel industry in India? See here, if you see this photograph, so here we find maximum concentration of iron and steel industry. So we have to find out the reasons. So the reasons are given here. So it is largely because see here because of the relative advantages this region has for the development of this industry. So Chotanagpur region has an advantage for the establishment of this iron steel industry. So these advantages include this low cost of iron ore. That means iron ore is obtained in this region. Then high grade raw materials in proximity. High grade raw materials are found nearby the industries. Then cheap labor is obtained from West Bengal, Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and vast growth potential in the home market. So India is a developing country, and iron steel industry has a prospect. Okay, and see, we know that India is an important producer of iron steel, but still we are not able to perform our full potential, mainly because of the following reason. Number one is that the high cost and the limited availability of coking coal. The price of the metallurgical coal is very high, and it is limited. Okay, and number two, labor productivity. The productivity of labor is low, and number three is that there is irregular supply of energy, irregular supply of power, and the last one is the poor infrastructure. That means poor transportation network. Then machines, okay, machineries are old. Okay, so this is about the iron steel industry. Any question from your side? Okay, if you don't have questions, let me stop here for today. Thank you very much for joining.